Well, we've been covering Iowa Republicans' push for major changes to education this entire legislative session. Part of that includes a bill banning LGBTQ plus topics for some books in Iowa schools. New at 5 tonight, KCCI chief political reporter Amanda Rooker shows us the division this is creating among parents tonight. Amanda.
Well, James, there are so many changes in this bill. One of those changes would prevent school districts from giving false or misleading information to parents about their child's gender identity. Schools would also have to notify parents if their child wants to go by a different name or pronoun. I talked with two Central Iowa moms who are split over whether this bill keeps kids safe or puts them in danger.
7-year-old Lily Bjorklund has made frequent trips to the Iowa State House.
She feels absolutely targeted by the people that are supposed to protect her.
Sharing her perspective as a transgender student.
A 7-year-old's ideas of understanding these things, she very much interprets it as she's becoming illegal. Even though we know that she has freedom of speech, that impact of telling teachers it's illegal to talk about it, how that is absorbed by a student, they feel like, well, then I therefore must be illegal.
The bill also makes Bjorklund fear for her daughter's safety.
Someone may be dead naming her at recess and she wants to get that rectified. How does a teacher or staff member begin to have a conversation if that's illegal to address?
She says she's already seeing a change in her daughter's mental health.
She has gone from a happy child through this session now saying things like, I can understand why people want to hurt themselves. I can understand why kids who don't feel safe in their families don't see a point in living.
But Dallas Center mom Shelly Flocker,
my reaction to this is relief.
Wants this bill signed into law.
It comes back down to protecting innocence of children. Knowing that the elementary school ages will be protected is very, very much reassuring as a parent.
She also supports only allowing what the bill defines as age-appropriate content in schools.
Any of the materials explaining a sex act in detail would be out of the libraries. So I'd appreciate that part very much.
A mom of high school and middle school students, Flockert says it's a plan her kids also support.
I think they would just have the confidence in knowing that everyone's there to learn, that the focus is on being kind to other students, and that they'll get the same in return.
And as James mentioned, this is a bill that's taken lots of twists and turns this session. Senate Republicans passed this bill last month. The Iowa House passed it last week, but they made significant changes. That means the bill has to go back to the Senate to get full Senate approval before it could be headed to the governor's desk to be signed into law. You can find a full list of changes that this bill would make on our website, kcci.com.